Father Greg, a priest in calling. Born on the 28th of May, 1945, Greg Chee is the oldest of 3 girls and 3 boys, but his twin baby brothers died at birth. Son of Teresa, a Czechoslovakian, and William Chee, Chinese with Australian mother, Greg called himself a Chinese checker. His father Bill grew vegetables like lettuce and delivers them to major retail stores like Woolworths. In 1946, Greg was baptized at Our Lady of Rosary in Fairfield. He grew up in Smithfield, just half an hour from here. Greg's early childhood learning was quite slow. In 1953, age 8, Greg started school at St. Gertrude's Primary School in Smithfield, run by the Josephites, Sisters of St. Mary Mackillop. But Greg had difficulty reading and writing and always came last in the class. At his first Holy Communion at St. Gertrude's, he asked the Lord, "Why am I so dumb?" Young Greg did not get any answer from God. 1954. Greg's parents pulled him out of St. Gertrude and sent him to De La Salle Primary School, a boarding school in Cronulla. They told the school principal, "If our son can learn to read and write by the time he is an adult, we would be pleased." In 3rd grade, Greg's teacher, Brother Stephen, concerned, asked young Greg, "Why are you getting everything wrong?" Greg saw love in the eyes of Brother Stephen, and from then on, he started to gain confidence in himself. And with daily prayer and Holy Communion, he made rapid progress. Soon he could read and write and do simple mathematics, and amazingly, came first in his class. Growing up has been a struggle, but with Brother Stephen, he would stand up against bullies and would get into fights, average of 3 a week. Greg's mind and intellect was more able, but socially and emotionally, he still had many struggles. He knew what mental suffering meant, especially in his adolescent period. Greg was also into sports like football, tennis and athletics. He was good in track and field events and not bad in shot put. In 1960, age 15, Greg completed the Leaving School certificate. In 1961, he pursued a course in pharmacy through a scholarship at University of Sydney. Greg devoted his time in his studies and in helping his father with his business. At night, Greg would load vegetables in their 2 trucks, and on weekends would do an oil and filter change for the truck's regular maintenance. So socially, Greg did not have the time or opportunity to mix with young people. Greg was among the 19% of students who graduated in pharmacy within 3 years. From a pharmacy assistant, Greg over the years became manager of various pharmacies. But Greg still struggled socially and emotionally. So in 1969, he joined the Apex Club, a volunteer community organization that offers active Australians aged 18 to 45, an opportunity to learn more about themselves, gain new skills, make new friends, and help those in need. Greg's first voluntary role was a commissariat, a person who issues fines to people. Then in 1970, he became Apex secretary, and in 1971, president. After 2 years of presidency at Apex, Greg ventured out of the country in Papua New Guinea as lay missionary, volunteer under the auspices of Palms Australia. Palms Australia recruits, prepares, sends and supports skilled volunteers to reduce global poverty at the request of our partner communities in Asia, Africa, and the Pacific. Greg was assigned in the Diocese of Sidea as a business manager when Brother King, missionary of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, left due to health reasons. Bishop Moore, MSc, appointed Greg as business manager for the whole diocese, which is about 200 square miles and had 14 outstations. The diocese was in big financial trouble. Their suppliers wanted to close their accounts as they could not pay their debts. But by the grace of God, prayer, sacraments, and common sense, within 3 years as business manager, the diocese was out of debt. In 1975, Greg came back to Australia and took a job in pharmacy. He became involved in a Catholic charismatic community, which he became the leader of one of the groups. Greg's group was a halfway house for those who had undergone drug rehabilitation and counseling, and facilitated their integration into society through education, training, and employment. One that stood out had a horrific family life with eventual suicide attempts. But with Greg's group support, this young man was able to study, became a teacher, and got married in the Philippines.